You will often find yourself trying to position graphs, figures and tables in particular places in your documents. And luckily enough, LATEX provides a way to do that. So the same techniques apply to both tables and figures. Yeah. By the way, LATEX created by default figure like this, but for table it added this to here, and when you compile, actually this gets you a warning. Yeah, so you have a warning saying that no positions in optional float specifier. So both the figures and tables, these environments are called floats. Why? Because actually they are objects that have to fit within a particular page. If they don't fit at the end of the page, they will, or in, not at the end, in the remaining part of the page, then they will be sent to the next page. For example, I don't know if you noticed, but if you go back to our PDF, so the figure here is defined before the table. Yet when you look at the output that LATEX produced, the figure comes after the table. Yeah, figure is here after the table. Why? Because the figure simply doesn't fit in the remaining space. So LATEX looks at the next available thing to put there, and it was the table. Yeah. So let's have a look first thing at those float specifiers. So the common ones will be T, which stands for top of the page. So I want now the table to fit at the top of the page. You see where it is now, it's at the bottom of a page. So if I do this, here is what happens. It is sent to the next page, and what happened in meanwhile, some of the text that was here was pushed up here to fill in the empty gap. So this is top. I can also say that I want the figure to be at the bottom of a page. It won't come here because it doesn't fit. It won't come in the bottom of this page because it doesn't fit, but maybe it will come down here. You also need to understand that LATEX does not necessarily stick to everything that you say. Yeah, sometimes it will not do that, and I'm about to give you an example shortly. So you see here, this for the figure it worked well. Yeah. Another specifier is P, which stands for page, put on a page for floats separately. Floats, as I told you, are figures and tables. So any figure and table that have a P as specifier, it will be sent to that page, one or more pages. Of course, in our case, both fit in one page, so they are sent in a separate page. Yeah. If I have the P specifier for only one of them, then only one of them is going to be sent to the P page. So here's the picture. The table remained comfortably here. Okay, now let's say that you want to insist that LATEX places your object in a particular, in the place where it appears. So like this figure came just after aim and just before the table. I want it in the output to be the same way. You would put the H specifier, which stands for here. Yeah. But as I told you already, it will not fit. It doesn't fit in this. The space is not enough for it to fit. So LATEX is just going to ignore that. Sometimes there might have been something, some command somewhere else that dictated that your H here is going to be ignored. You can override that by putting an exclamation mark, which is like, I insist that you put it here. Yeah, but again, because the problem is not from another package or another command or anything, it's just about the space, LATEX does not place it where you want. So what I wanted to show you here, don't expect that when you put H exclamation mark, it will mean that the figure will magically appear where you want it to be. It doesn't work that way. LATEX will check if there is enough space. If not, it will not be there. Yeah, so that's an important thing. And also, don't overuse this, because by overusing this, you are giving LATEX much less flexibility at placing the elements in an optimal way. So use it only when you need it. Otherwise, you just can remove all specifiers altogether. or use the basic ones like or just simply the H, which is asking nicely, if it works. Otherwise it's fine. Yeah, so you can do that, or just leave it empty. So that was the float specifiers.